Hey guys, this is Kiro speaking, and today we continue our journey with Dicky McSpeck, who just suffered from severe food poisoning from the tour of currywurst poison, and he is still vomiting everywhere. It's not a pretty sight, I can tell you. And yeah, I hope he will be fit again for what is coming up, and that is the Budapest Grand Prix. That won't be easy in the shape he is in right now, and when you look at the training plan, we need to make sure that this line of overexhaustion, if it's beyond 25 points high, then that means he already is losing some stats for being tired. That's not a good thing. So we need to make sure that we are all fresh for the Budapest Grand Prix coming up in a few days, and then there is a big nothing coming up for a longer period of time. So we are going to use this to recuperate some energy, and then from about start of September start training up again for those 3 small races, and then end the season right there. Alright, let's get going with that. I have spotted our arch enemy from days gone by. I've spotted Sousa. He is second among the favorites to win this one, and we again have a pretty shit race day condition, but fortunately it's just a -1, which means just -1 on all the stats and -3 on 2 of the most important stats. Isn't that nice? So I don't have high hopes of getting across these hills, although they are much easier than what we just got through in the last stage, in the mountain stage, in the second to last stage of this terrible tour of food poisoning. So yeah, let's see what we can do here. No hopes for this one, but yeah, still gotta try, right? Okay, we're coming up to the first and second to last mountain of this stage. And what is really cool about this finish is that if we should in some way make it to the top among some of the favorites, then we have the advantage of being really good at downhill. Another interesting aspect is that it is pissing from the skies, and that will increase the likelihood of falls quite a bit. I'm just in the middle of it and can't maneuver at all. They're pushing me. They're pushing me. Don't push me! And we need to be at the front again for the next hill. And we definitely need to pop our bacon bar. We're riding all the way up to the front. And now we are on the final hill. And especially the final stretches of it are really tough for McSpeck to hold on to, because he is good at hills, and if they actually have implemented what they said, that a mountain becomes a mountain the longer you go, then this is not a good terrain for McSpeck. So he will be riding at 90 now and just go for it as good as he can. McSpeck is riding away. McSpeck is attacking. How far to the top? Maybe we should tone it down a little bit. 85. McSpeck is going at it alone. He's crazy. And he is out of his yellow bar. And now he will die. And everyone will overtake him. Because he's crazy. Oh, now he's in the downhill though. Well, that's nice. Why are they going so slowly at this one? So let's just go with 60.
The pack is back on level terms with the breakaway group.
And we are riding really slowly.
5 kilometers
and no one wants to do anything. This is a weird situation. We definitely need to recuperate a little bit of our bar to have a chance in the sprint. Wow, look at how slow they are going. Everyone wants to recuperate some of their bar. Now we need to get into position. This is interesting. I think there's a sprint train forming there. Let's go there and tuck ourselves in. That's the kilometer to go. I think I really need to just take the situation and make a sprint out of it. Accelerate, accelerate.
There we go. The sprint is on.
The sprint is on and sprint, 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 Mr. Speck, sprint. Yes, and perfectly timed. Very nice. So somehow they managed to completely slow down after Max Speck was in front and setting the pace. Maybe they were so perplexed at what this ball of a man was doing up front that they were in shock and didn't know that they should continue pedaling up the hill. And then Dicky was happy to just roll with them for a while and crush them in the final sprint. Isn't that a nice outcome?
And here are a few of the key
Whoa!
moments.
Glitch in the matrix! There comes Max Speck! So maybe that's a good omen whenever there's a rider traveling very quickly back in time. Max Speck is winning. Ah, maybe that's because like whenever something improbable or impossible happens, like Max Speck winning, then there's a glitch in the matrix, which also allows for time travel. Isn't that a theory which makes perfect sense now? Well, this season has been crazy good for Max Speck. I don't really know how anyone can compete with Specky nowadays. Well, there's this huge valley of death here now where we have nothing to do, but we need to train a little. And if we drop our shape completely, we will never get back to it. But if we don't let the red line drop enough, then when training up we will be too tired again once the race is on. So I don't know. Above 50 is definitely killer. Above 25 I think you start losing a little bit of performance. And we want to be in shape at the start of... what was it? October, I think. Yes, it was the start of October. So, how do we do that? Maybe if we start training here and then go 4, 3, 4 and so on, and continue that on towards the race day, the first one. We have almost made it to the next race. That took a while to simulate all those races in between. There were all the major races coming in there. Anyway, one thing that I have really come to dislike in this version of Pro Cycling Manager is that you no longer can fine-tune your training schedule. I remember, I think in the 2012 version you were able to select and single days and tweak those. For example, I would really like to have this one set to 5 and then just add another rest day somewhere, or one day which is slightly less intense. And that would be in general a thing which is really helpful, because then you can like tailor your training plans to the races that are coming up. And it's just a little bit too general, and you can't really train harder than 4 in any given setting if there are no races coming up, because you just can't set any race, not race days, rest days. So yeah, let's advance to the next race with a nice little rest day before and see what we can do. Piccolo Lombardia, or something along those lines. We have a really good race day condition. This doesn't look too bad. Also, the peloton is made out of 67 riders. I don't expect that to be too difficult then, but there are some pretty big hills in here. Considering that it is a single stage race, that might be a bit rough for us. But seeing that our stamina is really high, 68, and resistance is high, 66, that should do pretty well. So let's see if we can win this one. We are riding towards the first little hill at lightning speed, and I don't really see why we should slow this one down. Let's see how Mekspek does. Is there any emergencies? We're getting into the hill. Mekspek is doing reasonably well, and nope, it's all good. All good. Let's continue on. Nothing to see here.
What was that?
Did you see that? He was falling backwards. What happened there? Another glitch in the matrix or something? Ah, that's interesting. They're going really fast now in the flat too. I assume they want to tire out the sprinters even more before getting into that hill. And now we should try to take a better position up front, because this hill will be pretty bad if we are continuing that pace. Now we are into the hill. Let's see. Dicky, it's time to turn the screw. Yes. I don't really want to. So please go fuck yourself. I'm the best teammate ever. Oh, there is a split in the peloton.
The pace seems much too high for many riders.
Yes, it seems much too high for many riders, and one of them is Mekspek. Let's go, Dicky. You can do it. Why are they riding so hard? I mean, Velvol is the team captain and he's dying. Now we're in the flat, and then there's another little mountain here. Definitely want to stay up in front though. I mean, our team is doing something completely ridiculous. Usually you have a little bit of eyes on the others to see how they're doing, but not this time around. So let's stick here. My god, you guys are riding. And all are together again. There's just this one lone rider up front who has 4 minutes on the clock and 40 kilometers to go. And seeing how small the peloton is, I don't really know if we can take that back. He seems to be really competent, a rider on the hills too, so it might not be a win for us today. So it's 3 minutes 20 to go, 20 kilometers left, and I think he might get some... Whoop! There's an attack. And that is a hill rider. We definitely can't follow that one. Well, in the flat we can, but not up the hill. This is a surprising amount of action going on for such a low-rent race. I don't know how that happened. Maybe because they exploded the peloton too early in one of these hills. Oh, there he is. So now let's just go with 85 and see how we are doing. Definitely can't do more than that, otherwise we're completely getting wasted. But we have almost lost all our resistance. Now it's getting a little bit more flat. That's good. So let's just stay with them. Ooh, that was really close. I hope we can recuperate a lot of this in the downhill section that is coming up now before the final hill. Still 2 minutes 50 on the clock and just 13 kilometers left to go. That lone rider up front is kind of a beast. I think we need to pop our bacon bar now before it's getting too late. It's just 7 kilometers left to go. We have a few guys in here who are kind of keen on climbing this little last hill. But it's reasonably flat on top, so Mekspek should be able to hold on. Alright, almost there. This last little incline. We have lost all our red bar, so what I'm going to do now is just hang in there, slow down, because we're not going to catch this rider up front here. He has been a beast up front. No chance we catch him. So let me just play dumb and hang back a little, try to refresh and see if we can't inch it out in the final little sprint coming up. Alright, we have 1.7 kilometers left to go. There they are. Oh, why is Mekspek sprinting already? That's not how it's supposed to go. 0.6 kilometers left. Well, I guess I can just turn it on then. Yeah, no, just third. There was someone who caught me off guard there, but I wonder why McSpeck started sprinting all of a sudden. I told him to just stay in place, I think. Or maybe it was one of those 1-2 commands again, and I only modified the second one. But anyway, there was a harsh race which turned out to be much more difficult than expected. Interesting. So let's see how it's going tomorrow with the next single stage race. Okay guys, I just spotted what this race actually is. Take a look at these stats of those riders. This is a 1.HC race, which is the second highest category. This is a race which is for pros only usually, and some local teams are invited too, and that is why we are even allowed to ride it with our shitty team, because we are locals. And this won't go well. Sprint 81, flat 79. Ooh, not a chance. Not a little bit of chance even. So this is a really high class sprinter race. And let's see how we're doing in this. That should be an interesting test of our skills. Oh, and we have a -3. That won't help. The profile is super flat, so there's nothing in there really. There are no steep inclines. Our stats are pretty good for that, apart from the -3. And it is a reasonably long race, so the -6 stamina will really kill us, giving us a 59 total. That's really bad. We just had an attack of 6 riders and we're not chasing them, and I very much welcome that, because that means we're not going to descend into a mad chase for the next like 30 kilometers, which completely would wreck us. And hopefully we are railing them in very slowly so that McSpeck isn't dying too much. But then again, oh wow, I just noticed now we have a lot of wind. So if we go to the info panel here and take a look at the map, we see, yeah, it's a lot of wind, but then again, it's coming from all directions when looking at this map. So it's both a plus and a minus. So if we wanted to attack at some point, which we definitely don't, because that is suicide, then we would have to check the map for when is the best possibility to attack. Because you don't want to attack into a headwind, you want to attack with a tailwind. We are doing pretty well so far, considering the quality of the peloton. We've almost railed in the escapees, and there are only 4 of them left. And now we are moving at a fair lick, and just 15 kilometers left to go. So we have to hang on. With our poor resistance today, the yellow bar is depleting much quicker than usual. Someone is trying to attack. Wow, he's going. Ha! That is a Northern Classics rider, and he certainly knows what he's doing. He is attacking with a tailwind and going really hard at it. He has lots of acceleration, a pretty good sprinter too, but the cobblestones, that's his terrain. And are they trying to follow? Yes, they are. They're breaking off though, and now they have to give him a gap. Oh, this is a high pace. And he's... No, that's a different one. He is... another guy is going at it now. And they're trying to catch him once again. The speed of the peloton is high enough though. And that is the other guy who attacked before. I think the sprinters will take care of this. This is like a proper race with attacks and counter-attacks in the end. Oh shit, we need to pop our bacon bar. And just 6 kilometers left. It looks like if we can hold on to the front of the peloton and maybe take a placing here, if we can get to the top 10, that would be fantastic. I doubt it though. Let's see what we can do. So there are no escapees anymore. Let me take a better position up front here. Let me out. Let me out. Don't squeeze me in there like a hamburger. We are not in the... US just yet. Now it's going really slow though. So maybe Max Speck should try something. At least he... Oh! Go, 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 Max Speck! Yes, we have a little gap. We have a little gap. And now Max Speck is going hard at it.
He's going for victory.
Yes, he is going for victory. Did we surprise them hard enough? I doubt it.
And the final sprint is off. Who's
But
gonna be the
40,
first of the line
48
today?
seconds, they couldn't Guys! Guys! We are winning! No, maybe. The sprinters are so damn fast though, but 53 seconds? That's not possible. I think we just surprised them. They were not careful. And there we are.
He found the
Another win.
resources to get this win.
So what the hell happened there? I really don't get it. Why didn't they chase? So I have to conclude, when in doubt, just attack, and you will be fine. And that with a -3 daily shape race day condition. There was a proper sprint happening right after us, but no one tried to catch us. It's really weird. I almost think that this is kind of a bug in the AI of the game. Because it shouldn't be that easy to escape from a pack of such high quality sprinters. They either had really poor team members who weren't reacting. I mean, this can happen in reality, but then you need to have a rider which is super strong in the flat and just kills it with going hard the last 2 or 3 kilometers. And if you can catch them off guard, it takes them like a good 20 seconds to reorganize and try to chase you down. And that 20 seconds might then be enough. But in this situation, nah, I don't know. This is weird. Anyway, I take the win. And that means we have now access to level 3 category races. That is cool. Those are some really big races. Proto, Benelux, Paris, Nice. Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. We won't stand a chance in them, but that's more like the Cologne Rundfahrt than where we get seal clubbed. But I take it. That should be a lot of experience too. Really, but why didn't we get any experience for that? That's weird. Because this was a new higher level tier of race. This is all a bit strange. Now let's us check what is up next. There's only one more race left, and that is Paris Tour. But that is a sprinter race, U23. As a second category race. It should be pretty simple for us. So let's get into that one and kill it.
Hello to one and all. Hello and welcome to Saint-Arnaud-en-Yvelines, the traditional starting point for the Paris Tour. This race is usually the prey of the sprinters, but as past results have shown, riders with a bit of punch or fight can use the numerous short hills to their advantage.
Yeah, interesting. They have some pretty interesting commentary for the somewhat bigger races, and this is the U23 variant of a bigger race. So yeah, that makes sense. And this finish is really cool too. Oh, early escape. I hope we are not chasing those. Yeah, they're just going at it. Let's take a forward position and look at the profile in the meantime. So very much slightly rolling terrain, mostly flat, easy going. And then we have those final 2 hills. And that is what he was saying with a bit of punch. So people can get away on those hills as a puncher and then continue their attack. And I think that is similar to what we are going to do, but inverted. We are going to ride up the hill, or the hills, and then once we are at the top, then attack, because we are much better at downhill riding. And today we have a race day condition of 0, which is better than the -3 we had in the last race. Let's see what this gives.
That's more than 2 minutes separating them.
Oh fuck, we were just in a split up of the peloton riding at the back and now are lost because they were riding so damn hard to just get back this rider. Well, peloton split, and now they have given up. So what am I supposed to be doing? Let's just get into a mode of riding like 65, help them reorganize. Maybe we can catch them after a while when they have decided that they are just stupid for chasing them so hard. But I doubt that will happen. There's a few more riders. Oh, there they are. There they are. Yeah, we're coming back. Hello there. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Okay, I'm back. Hey guys. That was a scary situation. Please don't do that again. They have been riding super hard on average in this race. As you can see with my green bar, which is almost gone. And now, what the hell? Now they completely split off and we are in somewhat of an escape group. I didn't even see that happening while looking at the other stats and stuff. So that was quick to happen. And let's see if they can come back or not. I doubt it though. Let's make sure we stay up front by just getting a pace marker on this one and set it to 80. There's Max Speck. He's up front. We're doing well. Okay, we are almost there. 12 kilometers left to go for us. Or is it for us? We have 12.6 to go and the escapees have... Oh, he's there. This escapee... What are his stats? He's been riding really well. Just 63? He must have a really good race day condition. And so far, so good. We are almost there in the hills. Let's see if our tactic of attacking downhill on the final little hill does work. So we need to make sure that we stay up front and don't die on the way up. It's going pretty slowly up here, just 160 heart rate so far. And this dude again. He is not the best in hills, so yeah, I can follow him. And now it's getting a little steeper. Now we're going really hard, even losing red stuff. And we are almost on top. So let's see if we can create a little gap now on the descent. 7% uphill. 6, 5, 4, 2, minus. Okay. Let's see if we are going with a little bit more speed and attack. Yeah, we're getting away from them. And it's again a perfect attack with the Speck bar active and our red bar lasts for a long time. Perfectly timed. 17 seconds on the clock. And I doubt they will be able to catch us. Now we are just riding the last 5 kilometers with maximum effort. 27 seconds on the clock. 4 kilometers to go. Max Speck should be having that one. Final kilometer. And the final race of the season goes to Max Speck. You're probably wondering what the hell is going on with those final last few kilometers attacks and then wins of Max Speck. This is not really supposed to happen, at least not in the higher quality peloton races, because in reality what happens is that no matter the situation, the sprinter teams, those who have teammates who would be capable of sprinting in a final sprint and take a good position, they are holding a speed, overall speed of the peloton, which is so high that any attack that happens is not gaining much advantage before they can react. And if you are riding on the last 10 kilometers an average pace of 60 kilometers an hour and someone attacks with 65 kilometers an hour, well, that attack won't be going far because they can just switch out themselves and get to the next fresh guy and continue to chase at 60 kilometers an hour, and the attacker can never hold that speed for that long. So this is not something that can happen. Only the very, very best riders in the world would be able to even create a little gap on a peloton which rides towards a sprint. It's just so punishing a speed. They are basically going all out with weaker riders, like still really good riders. They just go 100% all out for like 500 meters or a kilometer. and then switch out to the next guy while the one who just was spent drops to the back and can take a rest. He has done his job for the day. He's only there to power through 1 kilometer of that day and deliver like 1 kilowatt of power during that time or something. No, not quite a kilowatt, that is like final sprint level, but something like 700 to 800 watts of power during that kilometer. So riding really hard, and an attacker would never be able to properly create a gap there if he's not like the best sprinter in the world, but they usually burn out after like 300 to 500 meters. So yeah, that wouldn't really happen, and you can see that whenever Max Speck was able to win in that fashion, the peloton was having a pace where Max Speck was riding along at like 130 heart rate, 140 heart rate, and that is a speed which is so easy that an attack can create a significant gap right away, and then they have to reorganize and try to chase him down, and that takes time, and then the gap is so large before the speed gets up in the peloton that they can't possibly take it back. So what's going on in this game right now, and what the bug is that the AI, which has doesn't let the sprinter teams ride the last kilometers fast enough. The sprint trains should be really powering through no matter the situation, and they shouldn't care about 2 minutes of gap towards an escape group either, as we have seen in the Deutsche Meisterschaft, but instead they should just be powering through, because 2 minutes on the final 10 kilometers with a proper peloton with sprinters in chasing the escapees, that the escapees have no chance if they haven't saved like lots and lots of energy during the escape, which shouldn't really happen. So that is the situation, and I think they need to patch that. Let's take a look at the results and standings in the Continental Tour and see how we are doing there, how much more we would need. That is looking really good. Who was the best one? This dude. Who's that? Oh, okay. He's really good. He can't ride flat that well, but he is a real puncher and mountain guy. And Baudeur, he's pretty good. Yeah, but he also has a bigger salary than we do. So, he's doing really well. I can understand why he's winning stuff. And we have been doing super well as well. So plus 8 positions in the last month or so. And it's not too shabby either. And we soon have another level up, and we are going to take away this episode and end this episode with this little level up once the week ticks over, and then look forward to the next season. I just discovered I was talking to myself and not to you, not recording. But we just had the level up and we gained +2 mountain, and well, now we are a competent mountain rider, as you can see, 57. That is as good as the best, not. So that really doesn't help. But we gained +3 skill in hill, and that puts us into a range which you could almost call competitive. 67 for a sprinter is really good. Definitely not a puncher yet, but we are slowly getting there, and that will make him a lot more competitive on hilly stages, and most certainly lose less of resistance and stamina during the inclines. Also, we got another cobblestone rating, so still wondering about this one. Sprint and acceleration, I don't know, did we get acceleration? I think 1, yes, sprint 1, acceleration 1, and then 111 for the other stats. Oh no, we got 2 sprint, yeah, we had 72. So all in all, a really nice level up, especially the free to the hill stat. And this has been an amazing season for Max Speck. We have had 18 victories overall, earned a total of almost 47,000 euros. For a little fat school kid, that certainly is quite an achievement. And I'm really looking forward to playing the next season with him. But we are going to take a little break. I am looking forward to seeing your comments, because I want to know if we want to continue to focus on being a puncher and getting somewhere in that regard, now that it's slowly taking off. Or if you are interested in diverging a little bit towards becoming a Northern Classics rider with more cobblestone stuff. Alright guys, the only thing left to say then is, hope you enjoyed and see you guys next time.